will be 6 rounds in the featherweight division. And we will feature the man to my right, making his 80th professional appearance, weighing 8 stone 13 pounds from Evesham in Worcestershire, Brett Fidoe! And his opponent this evening, the man facing him across the ring, with a professional record of 10 fights, 10 victories, and 2 big wins coming by way of knockout, weighing 8 stone and 13 pounds from Ilford in Essex, the Mathemagician, Ramez Mahmood! Our referee,
Ramez Mahmood in the light blue trunks, standing a lot taller than his opponent, Brett Fidoe, in the black and red. This scheduled for 6 rounds in the featherweight division. Mahmood, the reigning Southern Area featherweight champion. Visible height difference, but Fidoe is a incredibly tough man, has a long list of losses, but has only been stopped once back in 2016 by Andrew Selby. So you really have to be special to get rid of Fidoe in the distance.
Happy to join you here. Adam, tell me a little bit about Brett Fidoe then. You've got some facts on him. He's got some good stats, hasn't he?
He has, yes. I've just been talking about that.
Oh, sorry. I was obviously wasn't here, was I? I've just arrived. Give me a second. So tell me, he's not been beaten very often.
No, he's been beaten 61 times, but
sorry, I do apologise. He's not been knocked out very often, has he?
He has not. No, he's been knocked out once in 80 fights. This is his 80th fight tonight.
Sorry, yeah,
so,
he's got beaten a lot.
But yeah, he's challenged twice for Midlands area titles.
Oh, has he? Okay, so he's been at a decent standard.
Yeah, he's fought for titles. He's gone the distance. He's gone 10 rounds. He lost the super flyweight title to Don Broadhurst back in 2014. Fought for the Midlands area bantam title in 2015. Again, went the distance against Ashley Lane.
See, Ramez Mahmood I've seen him a couple of times. He seems like he's got a decent technique about him. He's good on his feet.
He's got a good engine, Mahmood. He can keep going. He can keep throwing punches. He's not a power puncher, but he's a good pressure puncher.
So going into the second round, quite an even first round really there, but you'd probably give it to Mahmood.
Yeah, just about. I mean, they're feeling one another out. Ramez, I spoke to him in the week, and he knows that Brett Fidoe is. There's a reason he's called the threat. He likes pulling off. He's very capable of pulling off upsets.
Oh, pulling off upsets. Something very different. To be fair, it's a difficult one. He's potentially coming into a fight with Fidoe to maybe get the rounds under his belt. I mean, 6-rounder. It's an important one that he tries to get maybe 6 solid rounds, puts in a good performance.
Oh, massively. I mean,
starts work towards a title fight, maybe.
Well, he's a title holder. He's the Southern Area featherweight champion, Ramez. So, he knows.
So, what is this one working up to another title fight then?
This is a keep busy fight. He's keeping himself busy, keeping himself in shape. He's thinking of moving down, potentially to bantamweight. So, it's just these guys. I'd prefer that people, these champions, these area champions, they stayed busy rather than have 6 months out the ring. If that's what looks like happening.
I mean, it's interesting seeing Fidoe. He's not come here to just get beat. He's turned up to actually throw a few punches. He's connected a couple of times with Mahmood. Nothing of any danger, of course, but he's certainly here in the ring, putting up a bit of a fight.
Of course, and he's a good road warrior. He is the embodiment of a road warrior. He doesn't come to sit on the ropes for 6 rounds. As you can see, he's flicking out the jab. He's trying to get up and under and then over the top of Mahmood. He's obviously got this massive size disadvantage and reach disadvantage, but I mean, look, he just half step back there, and Ramez's lead left hook just misses by a mile.
As you were saying earlier on, before we were actually on the mic, a lot of these journeymen, roadmen, or whatever you want to call them, they might be going for it a little bit more tonight with the pending ban due to the coronavirus. So do you think, obviously, a lot of these fighters don't want to get knocked out because they can't then earn any money for a few weeks, but do you think actually maybe he might go for this tonight?
Well, I mean, there's always the potential that you speak to the guys, and they'll tell you that occasionally in the away changing room here, which is just one changing room, not it's not a salubrious environment back there. The guys know, they can feel it when they've got potentially a night of making some causing some upsets, and with the potential of not earning for 4 weeks or 5 weeks or however long with this potential ban on mass gatherings. If you're not going to earn anything anyway, why not have a go?
Nothing to lose, really. There's going to be he actually seemed. I mean, it's hard to tell from this angle that he might have caught him there a little bit.
Yeah, he's keeping Ramez honest so far.
So going into round 3 here, what do we think is going to happen in this round? Do we think we're just going to have a bit of a similar outcome to the previous 2 rounds?
Is that Ramez's gum shield? That's weird. Well, little break while Ramez gets it put
little
in.
break.
Back
Adam
to a neutral corner.
To be fair, we were a bit slow starting this round because Adam was having a little break, texting a female boxer to try and get her to come and do comms. You unhappy with me as your partner, Adam?
No comment.
You just prefer a female boxer with a bit more standing, is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, world champion. She's going to have a little bit more boxing knowledge than both of us, but anyway.
Are you going to give her a shout out, or?
She's already had a shout out. I don't want it to go to her head.
Oh, you said who it was, did you? I missed that.
No, she had a shout out in the ring, didn't she? Anyway, back to
the
boxing.
But we've not seen that in this. Oh, never mind. Great content there from Adam and Marcus here at the Goodwin boxing show tonight.
I mean, look, so to jump straight back in, nice
body shot from Mahmood there.
Mahmood, yeah.
Made it tough stuff though, Fidoe, isn't he?
He is. So it's interesting here because Ramez obviously has the reach and height advantage, but he's actually standing in quite close, looking to where he was then, and now, of course, as soon as I say it. Fidoe's got fast hands. I like.
Is it Fidoe or Fidoe?
I think it's Fidoe.
I'm thinking of the 1997 Up character. Taking it back. Nice little combo there from Mahmood. Not a lot made a massive impact, but
starting to dig in a bit, Fidoe here, and Ramez is gonna.
He's in the fight, Fidoe, though. It's not all one-sided, is it?
No, not at all. It was always. I mean, it was always going to be. This isn't a gimme. These guys aren't here to roll over. Ooh, nice shot, just staggered Fidoe back onto his heels for a second.
Mahmood rocking Fidoe's head back there, though, with a nice jab. Coming towards the end of round 3, halfway through the fight. I'd say Mahmood has this, but only just. It's not as comprehensive as he may have liked.
I don't know. I think that it's the kind of fight that it is
that's a bit more comprehensive.
Yeah, it is starting to open up. I mean, you know, you've got 6 rounds. You can afford to spend the first 1-2 rounds getting a feel, especially with someone like, you know, look.
To be honest, Fidoe's finished strong there as well, though.
Yeah.
You got to give him some credit.
And you got to bear in mind, right? Fidoe's going to be fighting guys. He's 5'2". He's going to be fighting guys smaller than him every single day, every single week, pretty much. Ramez isn't doing that. Ramez is fighting guys his height or taller. So he's going to take a little bit of time to
adjust. Friendly touch of the gloves to start there. Let's see how this round pans out.
Yeah, it was just starting to warm up at the end of that third, wasn't it?
It certainly was. To be honest, I thought Mahmood had put one on him there, but he came back really well, Fidoe, Brett.
Can we just stick to Fidoe?
I'm trying to stick to whatever his name is, but sadly my brain capacity can't compute his actual name at the moment.
Lovely double, triple jab there from Ramez. Oh,
nice combination, that's more like it. Again, not massive impacts, but all counting.
Bit of who can bully the other one in the clinch there. The only thing I would say is neither's really. Ramez needs to sort of take control of the ring. He's moving around a little bit too much and allowing the action to not really focus in one place, which would allow him to let his hands go a bit more.
Again, though, he has just had a bit of a flurry before that. He may have just been taking a bit of a rest, but I mean, 6 rounds, isn't it? Maybe he's saving himself for rounds 5 and 6 to maybe go for the kill. Although, again, he knows Fidoe's record and probably knows that it's going to be a points win tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think most fighters come in just knowing that or assuming that they're going to box for the full length of the fight. We've both seen before when they get carried away and let their hands go, one of 2 things can happen. Either you get the stoppage win or you run out of gas.
Nice response there from Mahmood. I think this round has certainly eased off a little bit, though, hasn't it? There's a lot less action to be getting excited about. But then again, it's Fidoe's still controlling the centre of the ring.
Yeah, Ramez is quite happy to just sort of let his hands go in. Short flurries up close. Oh, and he ate 2 there, Mahmood.
Fidoe letting him know that he's still in the fight.
That's perked him up a bit, Fidoe.
Certainly has. He's going for an uppercut there, missed it though. And Mahmood responds.
Yeah. Good shots. They're both putting more into their punches now. Certainly Fidoe is there. Wow.
Fidoe, he does finish these rounds strong.
Still nimble on his feet.
Another decent end to the round from Fidoe. So 2 rounds to go. Fidoe has ended both rounds both the last 2 rounds very strongly. Can he start this one and put Mahmood on the back foot? Mahmood is trying to control the fight from the centre of the ring this time, which was a bit of a role reversal.
Certainly, Brett ended the last round, the aggressor. Ramez probably needs to pick it up a little bit in this run. As I said before, he was fighting in sort of flurries and quite happy to sit off a little bit and let the action sort of meander around the canvas.
I mean, I still think he's a couple of rounds up, Mahmood, to be honest, but you know, if Fidoe managed to somehow get on top here and win the next round as well, I think it would be a very close finish.
Well, potentially, but I mean, you know, these sort of fights, Ramez isn't going to want to sort of drop around at all. He's going to, you know, he might be trying new things. There might be, you know, a bit of that going on, but no one wants to come here and look like they've struggled. I mean, no matter how tough the guy you're fighting is, and Brett
Especially
Fidoe
if you're
is
the Southern Area champion.
Precisely.
To be honest, though, he has looked comfortable. First couple of rounds did look comfortable. Fidoe had a couple of moments, but he's not looked out of sorts or anything.
Oh no,
Mahmood,
absolutely not. I just think that I've seen Ramez fight, you know, a much higher tempo and with much more aggression than this, and you know, I'd like to see more of it. But
no, I understand what you're saying.
He's the one in the ring eating the leather off Brett Fidoe, and he knows whether or not it's a good idea.
Fidoe seems to have eased off a little bit this round. I think
good
he might
double
have
jab.
Yeah. Control.
Oh, the third one of the
gum
gum shield's
shield.
come out. Is that Ramez
Mahmood
again? Doesn't look very happy about it.
Why? What's going on with that? That's the second time now that's
He's been
happened.
given a warning. I don't think he must have another one. No.
I mean, to be honest, that tends to be the sort of thing people do when they're trying to waste time, but that's not what Mahmood's technique is here, is it?
No, I think that's just, it's either bad luck or it's a bad gum shield. You know. He didn't look particularly happy with it as he kicked it across the canvas, did he? So, oh, lovely left, right, and then drops down to the body, Fidoe there. I think he looks like he fancies this, Brett Fidoe.
He does, doesn't he? He's probably thinking, I've got a break for a couple of weeks now. I think I'm going to try and go for this.
Well, potentially. He had a little run a few years ago where he had a draw and then he had 4 wins on the trot, all against unbeaten fighters.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. So he does. There's a reason he's called Brett the Threat. He's a genuine threat, and I think he's game here. Ramez is having to do a bit more
another
thinking.
good shot to the body from Fidoe.
Well, he's a maths teacher by day, and he's got some problems to solve out here.
Who? Ramez is a maths teacher?
Yeah, he's a maths teacher.
You were happy with that one, weren't you?
Mate, I wrote that down about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, he's dodged that one, though. Ten seconds of round 5 to go.
Fidoe again ending stronger, as you pointed out in the last couple of rounds. Nice step back from Ramez there, made him miss, but he eats a left hook right on the belt.
Do the judges seem to reward people who end rounds well?
Oh, well, I mean, these fights are only judged by the referee.
This is very true.
You've got to impress the ref, basically, and
but as we've seen in the past, you know, sometimes you're trying to impress just one person. You can sometimes get the decision based on a couple of decent rounds.
Oh, precisely, and we've all seen fights like that where, you know, the referees liked something we haven't, or, you know, I mean, generally speaking, finishing a round strongly is a good thing.
It'd be good to see Mahmood finish this strongly.
Absolutely, I think that was a good case to be made for that being Brett Fidoe's round, the last one.
And potentially the one before.
Well, if that's the case, we're at, you know, it could only be a round in it.
Personally, I mean, I think there may only be a round in it.
Well, let's see. But I mean, either way, both men need to.
I mean, it's close. I think Mahmood's obviously. It's not as if it's been a comprehensive loss of any rounds. I mean, even the previous round, you could potentially have still given to Mahmood, depending on how you looked at it.
It's been a close it's been a competitive fight, and that's what you want. You don't want, as I say, nobody wants a gimme. Certainly not when you're a champion. You want to keep. You know, what are you learning if you're knocking someone over? You want someone like Fidoe who's going to make you think, but at the same time, you want to put on a good performance, and you certainly don't want to be in the final round thinking, I have to put my foot down here, which potentially he is.
No connection there from Mahmood. Good movement from Fidoe. Fidoe. I give up on his name. Brett the Threat.
It's just starting to jab, cover up and move off now, Mahmood, which might be a good way to just pick up points. Nice double jab landed. Fidoe stood back. Bit of movement. He's just starting to take that half step back now, Mahmood, and dodge what's coming in. Fidoe what was working for him last round isn't working quite so well this one.
No, to be honest, Fidoe looks like he's actually probably gassing it a bit too much now. I imagine in most weeks he's fighting four rounds, and he goes quite hard in those, but with a sixth rounder, he seems to be a bit lacking in this sixth and final round.
Yeah, I think for me, Ramez is landing the cleaner.
Yeah, it seems to be much more comfortable for Ramez Mahmood in this round. I'm sure Brett will have his final flurry towards the end of the round, but it won't be enough.
Interested to see how Mahmood looks down at bantamweight. Really like to see how he gets on.
And he said he spoke to him earlier this week. I mean,
yeah, I just asked him. You know, he said he had to be turned on tonight, and he has had to be turned on tonight. So he knows that. He knew that coming in.
How likely is it that he's going to drop down a weight?
Well, he seemed to think that it was fairly likely. He said he makes it comfortably. Of course, the worry is with these guys that they shed weight, thinking that, you know, I'll be so much stronger at the lower weight or so much bigger naturally, and that's not always how it works. Anyway, over to Chaz Coakley's scorecard.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we get a huge round of applause for both these fighters? And we go into the referee scorecards. Your winner with a score of 59-55 in the red corner, the Mathemagician.